Good morning, boys and girls. We are still writing our how-tos. Last week, you started laying out your introduction and you turned it in on Google Classroom. Before you start our activity for today, I need you to go back and look at your assignment on Google Classroom because I have looked at them and I have commented on them and I have helped you fix them just a little bit or given you tips. If you do have to fix or reword any part of your assignment, I want you to work on that part first before you start this part, okay? But I do want to review where we've been so far with our how-tos and then how to put our introduction together. So remember that we started with brainstorming by drawing a couple simple pictures and writing a couple of words. Now, when we wrote this, it wasn't a sentence, it wasn't a story, it was just something so that way we remembered what our picture was. And then you had to pick one of these four things that you wanted to teach people to do. And we started our how-to and you chose your topic. We're starting with a question, then we're starting with a topic sentence, and then you should have listed your materials, okay? So this is what you did last week. You turned it in on Google Classroom, and I have looked at it, graded it, and helped you edit it. So that way, today, we can put it together to make our introduction. If you are using a pencil, I suggest you use the back of the paper, so that way we don't go through as much paper. But I don't write very dark with pencils, so I'm using a marker pen, so that way you can see it and it's bleeding through the paper. So I am going to go ahead and use the other side. Remember for our not for our brainstorming, but we started doing our introduction. We titled the top of our paper. I want us to keep that same title because that's what we're still writing. How to. And I was talking about how to make pancakes. And then we're going to date our paper too. 11/17/2020 is our year, right? All right. So today we're talking about introductions. So on this line right here, I want us to write our introduction. You can pause the video if you need to write the word introduction. And then we're going to set our X's up. So that way we remember. And you know, I just noticed that on this page I wrote on the lines that had the X's and not skipped those lines. But that's okay. You can either write on the lines with the X's or write in between the X's. Just as long as you're skipping a line. All right, so everything black on my paper is what's on your paper. Because that's going to be the same for all of us. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have wrote this black then. Make pancakes is not what's going to be on your paper. You're going to teach me how to do something different, hopefully. All right, so in order to write my introduction, I'm going to keep looking back at this page, okay? For my question and my topic sentence, I'm really just squishing those together. And then for my materials, I'm going to write one sentence and then list out my materials so that way it is easy to read. So I'm going to start with my question. Do you like pancakes? So I'm starting to write, do you like pancakes? Again, sounding out the words as best as you can, okay? I wrote, do you like pancakes on my question page. On my introduction page, I wrote, do you like pancakes? It's the exact same thing. All I was doing was copying it and hopefully writing it as neat as I could, okay? Do you like pancakes? Now, for the topic sentence, I want to make this be like a story. So in a story, our sentences are one right after another. So I'm not going to skip a line like I did here to separate it. I'm just going to copy what this says up here. Okay? Read this recipe because I'm teaching you how to make food. That's a recipe. If I was teaching you how to make something, I might call it a manual. Or maybe read this book. Or, I'm sorry, or paper to learn how to make your own. And notice that I edited my own too. I first said no, and that didn't seem very friendly. And also, remember, how-tos are teaching someone how to do something, so I wanted to use the word learn instead. So I'm going to write, read this recipe to learn. I don't remember what I said, so I'm going to go back. Learn. Oh, and I forgot the word how, so I'm going to squeeze the how in there. Learn how to make your own. And I'm pretty excited about that. So this would go, do you like pancakes? Read this recipe to learn how to make your own. Okay? And you don't have to have an exclamation point there. You can have a period there. I'm choosing to be excited. All right. So now we have to write a sentence for our materials. Okay? This might be a sentence that might work for all of us too. Okay? So I'm going to say, before you start, you need the following. Okay. If you're building something, if you're making something, you might have materials. But for food, they're usually called ingredients. They're usually called ingredients. So I'm going to write ingredients. Before you begin, you need the following ingredients. You need the following ingredients. Okay? You can write materials here. Before you start, you need the following ingredients, materials, supplies. You pick one. Actually, I'll lay all of those words out for you and you pick one. So, right here, you're going to either write ingredients or materials or supplies. Which one of these three words fits better with what you're teaching someone to do? Okay? Remember, the black part is what should be on your page. So you write your question, you write your topic sentence, and then when you get to the sentence for your materials, you can make your own if you want, but also you can say before you start, you need the following ingredients, you need the following materials, you need the following supplies. Pick one of these words. Please do not write all three of these words. Pick one of these words to put in this sentence. Which one of these three words fits better with what you're making? Okay? Then, our materials are listed out. Okay? Our materials are listed out. So whatever word you write here, you're going to write here. whatever word you wrote right here, you're going to write right here. I wrote ingredients, so right here I'm writing ingredients. And this is the start of a list, so I'm capitalizing it. Ingredients. And I'm going to put these two little dots on the outside that have a name, and I should probably know what they're called, but I don't remember what they're called. And that means that a list is going to follow. And what I'm going to do is just look at my material list, and I'm going to list them out again. So my first one was pancake mix. And then I needed milk. And then I needed an egg. And then I needed butter. Okay, and then I would keep going, but you're teaching me how to do something, and I'm not going to finish my ingredients because I want to get you to writing. So remember, you're starting your page, how to, your topic, okay? Your topic. I'm going to highlight. You have how to, your topic. You have the date on your paper, and then we're labeling this part our introduction, okay? You start with your question, then you write your topic sentence. And friends, you already did that, right? You're turning it into Google Classroom. I've looked at it. I've left you notes and tidbits and tips to help you. All you're doing is taking this and squishing it together to make this, okay? But we don't want to just list our materials. We also want to say, hey, you need to gather these things before you get started because this is what you're going to need. So you're going to need a sentence for your materials, okay? Remember, you're picking one of these three words. Picking one of these three words to go in your sentence here. Whatever word is here is also here. So whatever word I write right here in my sentence, I'm writing right here with a capital letter and these two dots. Capital letter, these two dots after my word, then you're listing one, and then you're listing your ingredients, okay? Any questions, please write them down. Please let me know. This is what your paper looks like, except for you have your topic here. You have your sentence, your topic sentence, and then your materials or supplies or ingredients are listed here. I'm so excited for this, guys. Happy writing.